guys, it's Mayla. Another Doomsday update. I know it's been a bit. There has been a few tidbits here and there about Doomsday. I think one thing I saw might need to be its own separate video so I could just scream about it. Not at almost 1 in the morning when I'm recording this. But some stuff felt a bit spoilery. Whoa, I can't talk. Wow, that's amazing. Not really, but I just felt like I haven't been good with like trying to keep secrets with this thing, like trying to be like spoiler warning. So I apologize, but I think just for some stuff I'm not gonna report on to protect your brain and protect my brain. So I think we're just gonna focus on mostly production. I think, unless one thing gets talked about by everybody, like even the heavy hitters like New Rockstars and everybody talks about it too, then I will do a Doomsday update about that. And I say Doomsday update, but this is kind of just an MCU update, which it's about the future of the MCU, and the future of the MCU, the big thing in the MCU's future now is Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. I mean, yes, as I'm recording this, Fantastic Four First Steps comes out on Friday. I am very, very excited to see it. The people are saying it's great. It's the highest rated Fantastic Four film, which, you know what? About time. I don't hate the ones from the 2000s. They're pretty fun. They're a bit corny, but you know what? It was the 2000s. They're not horrible, but they're not like, oh my god tier. Like, no. And then Fanforstic, I don't like talking about it. It angers me. Except for the memes. The memes are awesome. The memes are fantastic. Say that again. But here's the thing. But recently, like about 2 days ago as I'm recording this, Variety has released an article with Kevin Feige, the Hat Man himself, with the headline, Kevin Feige on Marvel Studios' future, focusing on lower budgets, less TV, and more Robert Downey Jr. To quote, look at Superman. It's clearly not superhero fatigue. Yeah, no, Superman gets mentioned. I saw Superman. It's fantastic. Say that again. It's incredible. I will do like a video, I think, when like that box office run is done, as well as Fantastic Fours and Jurassic World Rebirth, because those were the big heavy hitters of July, and that was kind of like a big debate. It's like a three-way fight here. Who will win? The dinosaurs, the guy who just crashed out of the sky with his dog, or a family of 4 trying to beat the Planet Eater. Explain a movie's plot badly. So I thought I'd read this article, because I'm pretty sure it does talk about Doomsday. I haven't read the article, so this will be my first time hearing these words out of the man's mouth, sort of. Kind of. He's not talking to me. Kevin's not in the room. Kevin. He's not. Okay, so enough of that intro. It's a pretty long-ish article. Let me get into what Mr. Feige had to say. Alright, starting with Kevin Feige was teasing a small group of journalists, including from Variety, while sitting on one end of the most storied conference rooms in Hollywood, in the heart of Marvel Studios' offices on the Disney lot in Burbank. He was there to talk about the past, present, future of the studio he led since Robert Downey Jr. declared himself to be Iron Man in 2008. After Marvel's communications chief Angela Shaw brought Feige into the room, he gestured to the opposite wall, covered with shutter doors that are secured with a padlock. Behind them, he explained with a smile, are the plans for the next 7 years of the MCU. Bro, I can't even plan what I'm doing tomorrow, and you got a plan for 7 years? Look, Marvel lately, the plan has been messy. Sometimes I don't even think the plan is there. But as Peter Quill once said, they have parts of a plan. Again, I don't even know if this video will go the way I'm thinking of it right now in the next 5 minutes. So, I don't know I'm guessing they have like a little million like planner journals. I always thought, you know what, maybe that'll help me plan things. Maybe setting reminders will help me plan things, and it just doesn't work. Operating on schedules just does not work. He said, it's traditionally a 5-year plan, he said. I think it goes to 2032 right now. That looks so far away, but in retrospective, I wouldn't say around the corner. Maybe turn a few corners. Go in the opposite direction, and then go forward. And we're basically there. I said a couple times on the channel, I have probably a genuine fear of time. And that's always been something stuck in the back of my head. And, oh my god, just seeing that number scares me. Alright. Moving on. Though it hasn't been quite 7 years since he last did this, it's still rare that Feige gives an interview of this length and candor. But after some ice-breaking small talk, I wonder what ice-breaking is like with Kevin Feige. Like, hey, who makes your hats? Because I want one. In which Marvel Chief Creative Officer shares his thought on DC Studios' Superman. More on that in a bit. Feige made clear why he's spending his Friday before the premiere of Fantastic Four First Steps, the 37th film and the 54th overall in the MCU, speaking on the record. To quote Feige, we produced 50 hours of stories between 2007 and 2019. Oh my god, I've watched 50 hours of this. But in the 6 years since Avengers Endgame, oh my god, it's been 6 years. Okay. Conclude the Infinity Saga. We had well over 100 hours of stories in half the time. That's too much. 100 hours. Oh my god. In fact, including animation, Marvel's Multiverse Saga spans 127 hours of content. I haven't even watched everything. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Oh my god. That's crazy that so many hours has just circled back to me watching Marvel. I think that's crazy. I truly think that's insane. Holy crap. After Endgame, Feige said the company entered into a period, sorry if I mess up, of experimentation and evolution of the kinds of movies it's making, leading to projects like Eternals and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I always thought if you take success and don't experiment with it and don't risk with it, that's not worth it, he said. What we also ended up focusing on is, because of Disney Plus, was expansion. They literally had to I'm already forgetting. I write so much. When the letters are slanted. So, emphasis. He's emphasizing here on expansion. And I think that expansion, it's that expansion that I think led to people say, it used to be fun, but now I need to know everything about all of these. And you know what? That's what people tell me. My dad hasn't kept up with everything. My cousin asked me, like, hey, because I am seeing Fantastic Four with her, and, she doesn't know what is going on. It feels like I have to be, like, the MCU, like, encyclopedia for my family and friends, because, like, it's a lot. And I personally did not really see it as homework because I was having fun. And to be honest, I'm gonna be so for real. People were rewatching all the X-Men films before Deadpool and Wolverine. I didn't. I didn't. What? No. Hey, even before Endgame. I mean, maybe at most I, rewatched Infinity War, but was I rewatching everything? No. People were rewatching Daredevil seasons 1, 2, 3 before Born Again. Did I have time? No. Would I do it even if I had time? Probably not. There's shows and movies you gotta watch before Thunderbolts. Did I do that? No, I did not. And people are rewatching the other Fantastic Four movies, even though you don't need to, but just for, the sake of the fun, the sake of the hype. Am I gonna do that? No, I am not. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm different. Maybe I am different. Consequently, Feige believes that the well-documented problems Marvel has been facing over the last few years stem from an overabundance of supply, not a sudden drop in demand. Look at Superman, he said of the hit film, which opened to 125 million domestically and has grossed, at the current moment, it's probably gone up, 407 million globally today. It's clearly not superhero fatigue, right? I liked it a lot, Feige added of the DC film. I love how you just jump right into it. You don't know who Mr. Terrific is? Pfft, tough. You'll figure it out. This is a fully fleshed out world. That's what I loved about Superman 2. A bit of a side tangent. I love that it did not explain... Like, James Gunn said, oh, there are some origins that we don't need to do again. And some people were like, James, I don't know. And I'm like, he's right. I don't need to see him crashing on Earth again. I kind of don't need to see Spider-Man getting bit by a spider again. I don't need to see Batman's parents die for the millionth time. Like, I'm sorry. James was spitting the facts. He was spitting the facts. As Feige explained, as a Disney CEO, Robert Iger had also said more than once, Marvel's dramatic increase in volume spread Marvel far too thin for its relatively small team of executives to keep up. I can imagine. For the first time ever, quantity trumped quality, Feige said. We spent 12 years working on the Infinity Saga saying that it was never going to happen to us. We could add more characters than we could possibly make because we weren't going to make a movie a month. Suddenly, there's a mandate to make more, and we go, well, we have to do more. Starting in 2023, audience began to soar Marvel's content on the big and small screen. As Variety reported in June, only 3 of the 22 films in the Infinity Saga grossed less than 500 million worldwide. Infinity Saga, what were those movies? Maybe I'll add it on the screen if I can find it. If not, I don't know. What were those? I wonder what they were. Since the pandemic, however, 7 out of the 13 movies in the MCU have failed to reach that milestone. Quantumania, Thunderbolts, Brave New World. 7 of it. 7. I don't know. Viewership for Marvel streaming shows, meanwhile, have also steadily declined. According to data from Luminate, most recently Thunderbolts, who has earned some of the best reviews Marvel has received in years, have only grossed 380 million globally, which sucks, by the way. I really, really love Thunderbolts more than I ever thought I would. And, I don't know, seeing it fail, I know it's a $1 billion company making these movies, but I'm like, aw. That could have been a hit. And it just wasn't. Speaking of Thunderbolts, or I can say it now. Spoilers, I guess. The new Avengers. I still call them the Thunderbolts, man. They're the Thunderbolts to me. They're the Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts, I thought was a very, very good movie, Feige said. I agree, Kevin. But nobody knew that title, and many of those characters were from a TV show. Right. John Walker, TV show. Alexia and Yelena from Black Widow, but Black Widow was put on streaming. Ghost, Ava, Ant-Man and the Wasp, which yes, still made money, but for some reason people are boring and don't like it. Taskmaster, also in Black Widow, but Black Widow went to streaming. Bucky's just everywhere. Bucky's just Bucky. I thought Bucky could carry. I really thought Bucky could carry, but Bucky could not carry. And Bob, this was Bob's first appearance. I'm not forgetting anybody, right? No. And everybody else, it was just their first appearance, or they appeared in a TV show from somehow, some way, by forgetting people. I'm right, yeah. Some audiences were still feeling that notion of, I guess I had to have seen these other shows to understand who this is. If you actually saw the movie, that wouldn't be the case. If you actually saw the movie, okay. If we make the movie so that's not the case, but I think we still have to make sure that audiences understand that. Yeah, because some of these people just showed up out of nowhere to, like, the general audience and, like, who are you? Like, oh, you're from a TV show? And, oh, you just showed up. Now what do I do with that information? To that end, Feige spent an hour discussing everything from budgets, TV schedules, when Marvel greenlights a project to when or if audiences could see Miles Morales, Miss Marvel, or Charlize Theron again. He also provided an update on status of Blade. Again, it's my first time reading this article. Oh, Blade is real and confirmed widespread fan speculation. The 2027 Avengers Secret Wars will not only conclude the multiverse saga, but provide a reset for the entire MCU, including a new cast for the X-Men films. And that was the intro-ish. Very long intro paragraph. I don't usually make my intro paragraphs that long, but you know what? It's okay, Feige. Yap all you want. That was a lot of information to take in. Holy moly. Now, let's get to the nitty-gritty of this whole thing. Because, oh boy, we about to learn the plan. Or as I love to quote Peter Quill here, the parts of a plan. Alright, the starting headline for this one, or sub-headline, there will be a lot less TV. Now here's the thing. When they started announcing the TV shows, I'm like, oh boy. Oh buddy boy, is this gonna work? And there's been a lot of TV shows that I like, and some where I'm like, okay, good. Good. We might have a bit of a problem though. Like a little bit of a problem. And then I think I just really did not like Secret Invasion. I did a whole video on it because I only do reaction stuff for shows that I'm like very, very hyped for, and I thought Secret Invasion was such a good idea until it wasn't. How did you fumble a bag with Secret Invasion? Could have been a movie. The Secret Invasion storyline could have been a movie. A well-written movie. Okay, moving on before I get very, very upset. While Marvel's feature output is slowing down to at most 3 films a year, okay, my wallet can breathe, a pace to the MCU first reached in 2017, yes. My dog is barking. Dog? Gabriel, Kevin Feige is not in the room. You don't want 3 films a year? I think 3 films a year is much more easier on my money than multiple films a year. I don't know, man. Its TV output is cooling off even further, with often just a single live-action show per year. I don't mind that idea. What shows have we had? Ironheart, I'll admit, I have to get to it, but I got spoiled for one part. I'm like, oh, what a cool reveal. But now no one's gonna know about the reveal, because more people gotta watch the show. Kevin! I did watch Daredevil Born Again, yes. I know there's going to be the Eyes of Wakanda animated show, and Marvel Zombies, and Wonder Man in December. Yeah, no, that's a lot of TV. That's a lot of TV. Oh, man. And the shows they do make will have far less overlap with the feature films to disabuse audiences from the expectation that they have to watch everything to follow what's happening in the MCU project. That could work. That could for sure work. I mean, I don't know. Because I've just never been the type to just be like, I'm gonna rewatch everything before a thing. Maybe one movie at most, but like rewatch like a whole set of things, I don't know. I just recall it from memory, and I'm like, I remember this, I remember that, key details to remember. Let me go see the movie. I don't know, I'm different. By way of example, Feige cited the Marvel TV shows of the 2010s. Ah, yes, the days. Can I say the good old days? I mean, yeah. Not that we have bad stuff now, completely. Just, I'll get to that later when it comes to, oh, the entire MCU is bad. No. Let's not lie. Like Daredevil and Jessica Jones on Netflix. I'm so sorry, the site reloaded, I had to pause and be like, what the frick is going on? And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter on ABC. Oh yeah, I remember. Which were produced by a separate, now defunct division of Marvel Entertainment, so if they had a tenuous connection to the MCU, if at all. I remember there was this whole, like, thing with Daredevil, like, half is like, it's not connected to the MCU. Oh, it is connected to the MCU, just for Spider-Man No Way Home to be like, guess what? I think allowing a TV show to be a TV show is what we're returning to, he said, asking if the events at the end of Thunderbolts, when most of the population of Manhattan was enveloped in an inky black shroud of depressive nothingness. Oh, poor Bob, I love him so much. Would affect season 2 of New York-based series Daredevil Born Again. I was wondering that too. Wouldn't Matt see The Void? Because The Void was making you see, like, all the dark stuff that you've gone through as a person. I'm like, oh my gosh. This is so sad. Like, if some of these characters went into The Void, this would be very, very sad. I was asked if it would affect it. Feige had a simple answer: no. Wow, so we won't get to see nothing from Matt, nothing from Frank, Karen, nobody. What's a void? I don't know what that is. That's so crazy. That's funny. Okay. At the same time, the line between film and TV is not ironclad. I was gonna say Iron Claw. I still haven't watched that movie. I just heard it's like really, really sad. I think I need to be sad already to watch a sad movie, because then, I don't know. I don't know. John Bernthal will play his Daredevil Born Again character, the Punisher, his Daredevil Born Again character. You could have just said the Punisher. In both an upcoming TV special, which is filming right now, I'm very excited for. I love the Punisher. Let me tell you something. Do you just write that in the script every time John Bernthal's in, like, a project? It's like, alright, we casted John Bernthal for this role. Okay, I need to rework some of the script. Why? Let me tell you something. Okay, completely reworked. Give him the script. It's so funny. How is he sending in everything? And opposite Tom Holland in 2026's Spider-Man Brand New Day. He's also opposite Tom Holland in The Odyssey. I actually have a video planned on The Odyssey about the whole ticket thing. Because, oh my god. And I saw the trailer in nice quality when I went to go watch Superman. And I'm like, Nolan, you've done it again. You've done it again. Tom Holland about to make a lot of people eat their words next year. Oh, I'm gonna be so happy, man. Where we have great actors playing great characters, I think it would be fun to see them in multiple places, Feige said, but the output will be much less. The reduction also means that 2 of Marvel's projects were held for over a year after they completed Ironheart with Dominique Thorne, which concluded in early July, and Wonder Man with Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, which premieres in December. Just December, we don't have a date. Bro actually showed up in character to the Fantastic Four premiere. I'm like, did Bro change his name? Please no! Oh my god! I feel like, oh wait, no, he's a character for Wonder Man. That's amazing. It's something Feige is not keen to repeat. The TV show issue, not the name changing. I don't like when things sit on shelves. I need a shelf, Feige. He said, it stinks. The delay especially affected Wonder Man, which follows aspiring actor with hidden superpowers as he strives to land a role in a TV series playing a superhero. Feige, who is wearing a Wonder Man baseball cap, pointing out that Marvel made the show before HBO Max's 2024 comic book movie set up the franchise, or Apple TV's 2025 Hollywood satire, The Studio. Oh, I want to watch The Studio. It actually looks so good. Like, some of the clips I've seen, I'm like, this just feels so accurate to what's going on behind the scenes. Like, and I heard it got nominated for, like, so many Emmys. I gotta check it out. But now it looks like they're following a trend instead of leading it. That concludes the TV side of things. My thoughts? I think that works. I think that works because I think a lot of people forget, like, yes, it's Marvel fans showing up, but it's also the general audience. And sometimes even the fans themselves don't keep up with everything. So it's like, I think this saves people confusion, time, stress. I mean, sure, simply answering is the void going to affect Daredevil Born Again Season 2 with just a simple no? It's like, oh, okay. Alright, but like, I get it. I think the less intertwining makes sense. I feel like Wonder Man could be like the last thing that like intertwines everything if Bro shows up in like Secret Wars or Doomsday. But I think that could be like the last intertwine if that happens. And then, cause season 2 of Born Again, to my knowledge, is still filming, so that doesn't have to intertwine with anything. Although Matt showed up in Brand New Day, that would be very cool. But that is the end of TV. Now you can switch the channel. Not this channel. I'm making a TV joke. Stop. Because we have a headline about a certain character. I don't know if we need to panic just yet. Wow, I can't talk. This sub-headline saying, diversity still matters, but don't expect to see Miles Morales. Okay, where are you going with this, Kevin? Since the massive success of 2018's Black Panther, yes, I remember. I saw it in theaters twice. It was packed both times. I don't know what the time gap was between my two viewings, but oh buddy. It was packed both times. And it was awesome. Marvel has made a concrete effort to produce projects centered around women, people of color, and LGBTQ. I keep trying to say it fast, and it helps no one. Characters. Those titles include Captain Marvel, which made a Billy. We can't deny that Captain Marvel made a Billy. Black Widow. I wish I could have loved it more. Black Widow should have came out years ago, if I'm going to be completely honest. Shang-Chi was fire. That movie was fire. I want my sequel. Eternals, which I don't think is that bad. I think visually it's really nice. I think the characters, I would like to learn more about some of them. And now they're probably not going to return. Is that another movie that made under 500 million? Yeah, that probably is. The Marvels. I like the Marvels more than Captain Marvel. Those three's dynamic was that was awesome. I'm like, this is so great. I like the Marvels and crazy post-credit scene. Oh yeah, did I mention about that before? My memory is weird. And Captain America: Brave New World. I wish I could have loved Brave New World, but I didn't. I don't know. And I love Sam as Captain America. Like, he's leading a team? Yes. I want that. Yes. Why'd you spoil the whole Red Hulk fight in the trailers, though? I don't like that. NTV, WandaVision, oh my gosh, that when the first 4 shows like dropped, online classes and on my lunch breaks I would watch the shows, and that was so much fun. Oh my goodness, that was a fun time. WandaVision good. Miss Marvel good. And I believe the actress is also where I'm from. Oh, Canada. So, triple points. She-Hulk. I do not hate She-Hulk. I think some episodes were better than others. Overall, Tatiana Maslany as She-Hulk. A+ casting. Are we gonna see her again? I'm not Kevin Feige. I have no idea. Secret Invasion? No. I don't want to talk about it. Echo? I haven't watched it. I'll admit it. But she was very cool in Hawkeye. And Agatha. I have not finished it. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But what I saw so far, it's cool. I like witches and stuff. It's cool. You know? Not all the shows are bad. Several of these projects have been successful, but many have not, commercially or critically. More to the point, with Marvel's decision to dramatically reduce its output, it's been unclear what kind of future may these characters have in the MCU, if any at all. Bro, some of these people are getting axed. It's over. It's over. Say goodbye. Say goodbye while you can. Pressed on the question, Feige appeared unconcerned. Marvel represents the world outside your window. Wait, I can look out right now and Marvel's gonna be there? Actually, what was outside my window earlier today were, like, fire trucks. Somebody's car or vehicle, lit up a little bit in, like, the parking garage. Anyhow, he said, I always said it, before DEI and woke became a thing, and after DEI and woke became a thing. Are we after? I don't think so. He singled out Miss Marvel and the Marvel star, Iman Vellani, as one of the greatest bits of casting we've ever done. I agree! I can't wait to see her somewhere. Me too, Kevin! Who's gonna make that decision? I want to see her again. Where are we gonna put her? Where are we gonna put her? Also, he basically just told the anti-woke channels to pipe down, man. Chill out. Take a back seat. I don't know. Where that will be much less evident, at the end of the Marvels, Vellani's Kamala Khan appears to recruit Haley Steinfeld's Kate Bishop to be a part of the young superhero team. Yep, I remember that. But Kevin danced around the question whether Young Avengers as a film, TV series, or special is on the horizon. To which he says, potentially. In that case, it comes down to where the best stories with best strange alchemy. Who would be fun to see them with? Each other, because that's what the Young Avengers are, but also mixing it up more. I would like to see something soon, please. I'd like to know what's going on, Mr. Feige. Feige was more definite about the potential of a higher anticipated Marvel character, Spider-Man's Miles Morales, showing up in the MCU in the near future. That is nowhere, he said. Until Sony Pictures, who holds the film rights to the character, completes its animated Miles trilogy with 2027 Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, Feige explained, we've been told to stay away. We've been told to stay away is crazy. Like, not our Miles Morales. Oh, that's funny. Sony's like, no, not that we're done. Not that we're done. Man, I'm so excited for Beyond the Spider-Verse. It got delayed by a couple weeks, but it's closer to my birthday, so. See, Sony thinks of me sometimes, you know. They did it with Across. That came out close to my birthday-ish. 28 years later, came out close to my birthday-ish. They just get me, you know? My thoughts on this. Yes, diversity matters, of course. My thing is, who's staying and who's leaving? Kevin, I want an answer. I need to know if I need to, like, plan, like, funerals here for these characters. Who's staying and who's leaving? I'm scared. Kevin, you better let me know. I'm gonna worry. I am gonna worry. I'm worrying. Please, Kevin. Next sub-headline says the Marvel method is here to stay. It just won't be quite as expensive. Alright, money involved. DC Studios co-chief James Gunn. Have you seen the James Gunn hashtags? They are the funniest thing in the world. They are the funniest thing in the world. I used it for my Superman review. Because there's like a million hashtags. There's a million. I love the one in front of the gun lives forever. They thought the gun was jammed. Yeah, that's what I used. They thought the gun was jammed. The gun got a switch. I hope James knows. I hope he knows that this is what we're doing to appreciate him. And that it all worked out. Because Superman was awesome. Fantastic. Say that again. Alright. Has said repeatedly he will only greenlight projects that have a complete script. Yes, I think that's very smart. That is a point of difference from Marvel Studios, which sometimes has announced projects with release dates. Oh, I know where this is going. Before a writer has been hired. I know where this is going. let alone before a script has been complete. I don't know where this is going, and famously reworks movies from throughout the filmmaking process. The Fantastic Four star Evan Moss-Backrack, I think I can finally say his name right, recently told Variety he didn't think the script was fully ready when the cast began 3 weeks of rehearsal before filming, so he was sort of workshopping the movie in a way. Fantastic Four still look good though. But Feige took issue with both the comparison between Gunn's mandate and DC and Marvel's approach, and the idea that Marvel needed to radically alter how it makes its projects. We never started a movie without a full script. I've never been satisfied with a script that we've had. Wait, what? I've never been satisfied with a movie we released. What? Am I reading it wrong? We've never started a movie without a full script, and I've never been satisfied with a script that we've had, he said. I've never been satisfied with a movie we've released. I'm different, Feige. I like a lot of stuff. He defended Marvel's practices of pulsing projects at every turn as they're being made, a term of art referring to pushing for incremental improvements that Feige credited to Walt Disney. Actors, both the ones that are playing these characters for the first time or the second time, and the characters playing them for the 10th or 12th time, are the best in the world at it and know these characters so well, Feige said. If they have an idea, you want to listen to it, and you want to adjust it, and you want to improve it. I wouldn't want to change that. Okay? Feige continued, I know they are filmmakers. James, in my experience, isn't one of them. Maybe he is now. Wait, what? Wait, I'm so confused. I don't know what the tone is. I know there are filmmakers. James, in my experience, isn't one. Wait, whoa. Dude, I'm so confused, bro. Who say, if you want to be part of my movie, you just say the words and you stay here the entire schedule in case we need you. We have so many actors. We can't do that. We don't do that. We give people a window. We keep to that window. Marvel has changed course on at least one major aspect of its films, their cost. After budgets began to balloon following Endgame, partly due to the pandemic, partly due to feeling the need to deliver a certain level of spectacle, the studio started grinding down the budget. In 2023, Feige said Marvel films through Deadpool and Wolverine, which was last July, through Fantastic Four, which is this week as I'm recording, have been upward of a third cheaper than they were 2 years before that. Oh, that's interesting. Money. I'm not good at math. Feige said Marvel executives even met with the teams behind the 2023 sci-fi epic The Creator. I haven't watched it yet. I've heard very mixed things about it. Some people walked out saying, oh my god, like, it's like a modern, crazy spectacle of sci-fi. So dope. Go watch it. And other people like, this did not work. Don't let them cook again. Which director Gareth Edwards made for a staggeringly low $80 million. It don't look like it though. It don't look like it though. At all. I remember, like, it does not look like it. To learn how they pulled it off. I think everybody's in that state of mind, at least at Disney. Feige said off the belt tightening. I think it has to get a lot better. Is AI gonna do that now? I don't know. Feige don't. You already put AI in the Secret Invasion, like, intro, and we're like, this ain't it, Chief. It looked so bad. Anyway, that's the end of that. My thing, some of this was very confusing to read, and I'm not good at math, and I'm not good. I just know saving money would be better. Save money, live better, Walmart. So, I'm just saying, if you need to save money, live better. You got this. You're not Walmart. Next subtitle, the MCU's future won't be in Hollywood. Elaborate. Don't look for the Avengers to set up shop in Los Angeles anytime soon. The superhero teams next to Avengers, Doomsday and Secret Wars, see, this is why it's a Doomsday update, took us long enough, are being produced at Hollywood Pinewood Studios, the latest in a long time of big budget Hollywood films to decamp for the UK. The move has left many in the industry raising alarm about the runway production. A message from President Trump, not my president, I live in Canada, briefly embraced, he floated on the idea of imposing tariffs of foreign-made blockbusters. What I've only seen from this guy is him putting out stuff that he can't really do, and if were to do, would be illegal. And it's just stuff where everyone else is like, hey, I don't think you can do that. That seems unethical, and it just does not seem possible. That could collapse everything. And he's like, I'm the president, who cares? I don't think he's ever circled back to that. That'd be very bad. A lot of other stuff floating around him is very bad too, but this is not what that's about. Feige said that the decision to make the new movies overseas as opposed to in Georgia, which many previous Marvel films have been shot. Oh, I did not know that. Came down to space, not to the UK's generous subsidize. Oh, there's a time, which is not right now, but there was a time where we made that deal 5 or 6 years ago, when everybody was fighting for a stage space in the great expansion of not just us, but everybody, Feige said, referencing the explosion in production that accompanied, wow, the streaming revolution. So we had the opportunity to lock up Pinewood, which many of our movies will be there for the foreseeable future. Cool. He predicted that the future Marvel films would be shot in the U.S., particularly in production hubs like Georgia and New York that offer more competitive film incentives. And California, I need to learn how to speak, which recently passed a new $750 million production tax credit. I'm not good at money or numbers. My career of making these big movies, very few of them post Phase 1 have been here, and they moved because of the cost, Feige said. There's one exception, however. Wonder Man, which takes place in Hollywood, was filmed in the entertainment capital. Accuracy! Ladies and gentlemen, we have accuracy. My thoughts on this? My God, there's more money. I mean, yes, go film in the UK. A lot of stuff. They'll film in other places and be like, hey, this is that place in America. It's like, no, it ain't. I watch a lot of movies. Just leave that there. I watch a lot of movies. I'm like, I've been there. That's where I can go there. So, my thoughts is like, oh. Yeah, I know. Movies kind of already all do that, but Wonder Man completely filmed in Hollywood. Cool. That's cool. Keep doing that. I hope everyone's having fun filming Doomsday. I hope they have a script. I hope they have a script, Kevin. Leave it at that. Oh boy, next sub-headline. Kang is kaput. Just say he left. Just say he launched somewhere else. Of course. But what about Charlize Theron and the Eternals? Can't wait to hear this answer. In March 2023, a month after Jonathan Majors played the arch villain Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, the actor was arrested for assault and harassment of his then-girlfriend Grace Jabari. Kang has been touted as the Thanos of the multiverse saga, and was set to headline his own film in Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. Whew, I remember that. Which would set up Secret Wars, but the day Majors was convicted on 2 misdemeanor counts of harassment and assault, Marvel's like, nah. Marvel announced it was parting ways with the actor the following July. The studio revealed that Robert Downey Jr. was returning to the MCU to play the even arch villain, Doctor Doom, which would rechristen Avengers Doomsday. But on Friday, Kevin revealed that the studio have gone way of Kang's heft as the character for Quantumania hit theaters. I'm gonna be so for real. They can say that all they want. I don't believe them. You think they'd be saying that if Ant-Man Quantumania made, like, the money of, like, if it, like, reached at least 800 mil, which I think is, like, a big, like, the big thing that most blockbusters try to achieve, besides the billion. If you can't reach the billion, I think 800 mil is a good place to stop. You think if it reached 800 mil, they'd be saying this? No! I would be making Kang Dynasty update videos, not Doomsday update videos. Let's be for real right now. We had started to realize that Kang wasn't big enough. He had an army of hymns, bruh. He had an army of hymns, and 3 of them walked into a coliseum on some they I don't even remember what they said in the post-credit scene. They killed the guy. We gotta go after the Avengers or something. They're all like, yay! And they're all cheering and like, yay! And they were all Jonathan Majors, dude. Kang wasn't big enough. There were multiple Kangs. Kevin. You're lying to me is what you're doing. And there was, oh my god, and that there was only one character that could be that because he was that in that comic for decades and decades, he said. We started talking about Doctor Doom even before we officially pivoted from Kang. Sure you did. In fact, I started talking about with Robert about the audacious idea before Ant-Man 3 even came out. Sure you did. I don't know. Look, he can be 100% telling the truth. Put him on the lie detector thing from those lie detector interview videos that I think are honestly hilarious. I don't think he's telling the truth. I don't think we'd be having this conversation if all the reviews for Quantumania were like stellar and it made good money. I'm sorry, but no. Hell, even if the movie was still, not the most favorable thing, if it still made money, I still don't think that, I'd be making Kang Dynasty updates, not Doomsday ones. While Kang's future, or lack of one, in the MCU is obvious, Feige was more circumspect, okay, big word, about whether I can expect to see other A-list MCU cameos like Charlize Theron's Klee, Brent Goldstein's Hercules, Harry Styles' Star Fox, or Sacha Baron Cohen's Mephisto, again in later projects. Do you want to see them again? Or do you want to see them again, Kevin? Chucky asked playfully. Klee, maybe. Hercules, I don't know. Harry Styles, not really, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Mephisto would be cool. Also, so that Eric Voss at New Rockstars can just lose his freaking mind. When Reporter responded, the inclusion of those characters indicates a promise that they will return at some point. Kevin Feige brought up the return of Tim Blake Nelson's character like Samuel Stearns from 2008's Incredible Hulk for 2025's Captain America Brave New World. And Rolf Saxon's character, Willem Dafoe, not Willem Dafoe, from 1996. Happy late birthday, Willem Dafoe. Mission Impossible for 2025's The Final Reckoning. Was that a spoiler? I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen it yet. Okay, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. Was it in the trailers? I don't remember. That was fun to me, he said. So let's talk about it again in 12 years and see who comes back. What about major characters like Moon Knight or the Eternals? Will they return? Yeah, where's Moon Knight? Where's Moon Knight at? I don't know if any... I need to slow down. I don't know that it's any of the specific ones you just named. But yes, that is part of the plan. Like Peter Quill, he has parts of a plan. Characters that we've introduced post-Endgame will pop again in some of the upcoming movies and beyond. Feige said, the fun of the comics is anyone's popping up anywhere. That is very true. Perhaps the most tantalizing moment in the interview came when a reporter asked Feige about how often Marvel plans to make films focused on a single character like Shang-Chi rather than a giant team-up film. We're talking about a structure of upcoming post-Secret Wars movie that I won't name, but I will say, like Shang-Chi, it's getting back to what genre haven't we done and wanted to do, and how this movie can be that genre. We would focus on a singular storyline by embracing a certain genre that we haven't seen in a while. Let the internet speculation commence. I know we had Werewolf by Night, but that was streaming. I would love a straight up Marvel horror film. That would be dope. My thoughts on this. I think that Kevin is lying. We would not be having this conversation if Ant-Man Quantumania made that money. We would not be having this conversation. As for everybody else showing up, I think some people do gotta show up just for people to be like, okay. Like when why am I forgetting what it's called? The thing that was poking out of the ocean, and we kind of saw it in Captain America: Brave New World. They flew past, and we're like, oh my god, closure. I think we need it for that. Even if they just stand in the background, just be like, oh my god, closure. So, I think some people probably do need to come back for just the sake of, okay, at least they still exist. Otherwise, Kevin, I think you're lying about the Kang thing. Hook this man up to a lie detector. Yeah. I need to see the lines. You're lying to me, Kevin. Next subtitle, what Feige is watching and what his future looks like. Oh, they're asking about Feige, and I say, oh, as if I wasn't just accusing him of lying. Clad in a Fantastic Four hoodie and seated next to a giant $80 Galactus popcorn bucket, it is hard to find the cool popcorn buckets here where I live. I mean, I saw Alien Romulus when it came out, and they sold out of that thing. Very sad. Also, that is $80, and I think everybody will be like, Myella, better financial decisions, to which I say, but you don't own a Galactus popcorn bucket. Who's winning? Feige took time to herald the return of Marvel's first family to the MCU, part of Disney's acquisition of 20th Century Fox in 2019. I'm Amber. They deserve to be A-listers, he said. Very true. There may be good Fantastic Four movies and not so good Fantastic Four movies. Say that again. But nothing that felt like we've seen of what they are capable of. Feige also teased that the four lead actors from the unreleased 1994 Fantastic Four executive producers all have okay, so there's cameos. But I guess he wanted us to know that, so keep a lookout for those actors from the unreleased thing. Maybe they can release the thing. Here's the thing. He was especially excited about the retro future aesthetic of the Fantastic Four. Me too. And how the film embodies the company's efforts to make projects that aren't intimidating to casual Marvel fans. We always were planning, even before that became a talking point, to introduce them in their own world in which they are the only heroes, Feige said. It is no homework required movie. It literally is not connected to anything we've made before. One possible hint where the MCU could go next also lies in Hollywood's past. Asking what he's watched recently, Kevin Feige said he started watching classic films every night. Oh, that sounds nice. Mostly from the 30s and the 40s, like noir thriller The Big Clock with Ray Midland and Charles Longton, the legal drama Laura Man with William Powell, and the Western Dodge City with Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland. I hope I'm saying everybody's name right. It's remembering what cinema is and what moviegoing is and what entertaining audiences, he said. Everything old is new again, by the way. It's another reason why I watch those old movies. As for his own future at Marvel, it's the last paragraph, guys. Feige appears to be keeping his options open. Succession is a hot topic at the Disney company, he says, alluding to Iger's ever-compelling departure as Disney CEO. We always talk about Succession, the show, and even within Divisions too. I think for that reason, do I want to make a big movie for big audiences in 10 or 15 years from now? Yes, absolutely. That's all I want to do. Marvel is a great way to do that for me right now, but I hope to make these big movies for a lot of people forever. And that is where the article ends. I think that's a really nice way to end it. Woo! My thoughts on that? Yes! Keep giving us stuff forever. I'll be there every single time. I'm not going to shy away from that. Yes, I'm like, I have my problems with these movies. I have my problems with the shows where I'm like, dude, there is some stuff we need to change around here. But I really do mean it out of, like, love. And I know that might sound like cliche, and it's like a franchise, not a person. But I mean it out of love, right? I want Marvel to be successful. Of course I do. So, like, yes, no. Keep giving us more. Keep giving us more. I think the future of MCU, I don't know. But I have hope, though. I have hope that the future of the MCU, that this plan works, the parts of a plan work out. So this was kind of a long thing. And it was kind of a Doomsday update. Let me see if there's anything else that I missed. Because I know there are, like, stuff in tweets that, like, did not appear in the article unless... You know, like, some articles are, like, behind, like, paywalls? I'm not going to pay for that. Let's be honest. I'm not paying. You won't make me pay. Let's see. Oh, they added Fantastic Four Fortnite skins. Oh my god, I want to buy. I really, really want to buy, but... money, you know? Well, Brand New Day begins filming on August the 1st. Oh my god, with the set photos with the Spider-Man oh, buddy, oh my goodness. Oh, I cannot wait. Oh, Fantastic Four First Steps is the highest rated Rotten Tomatoes wise for a Fantastic Four film. With the 2015 one, 9. Lower. We can drop it lower. Drop it though. Come on. Kevin Feige said his son has finally become a Marvel fan after playing Marvel Rivals. He asked me to tell him more about Hela, tell him more about the Punisher and these other characters. Then he started seeking him out on the shows. Feige! You couldn't even get your own... You are the head of the operation! I haven't been able to play Rivals. For some reason, my computer's just like, haha, no you don't. No Marvel Rivals for you! I'm bummed about it. I want to play it so bad. I want to play it so bad. A lot of press for First Steps, which is obvious. Oh! Matt Shakman, director of Fantastic Four, reveals that the Russo brothers often visited the set. They want to visit our sets and watch scenes as they were coming together and get to know these characters so they can treat them well. Do right by them in the next movie. They're really good protectors of these characters as well. I hope so. I hope you're telling the truth. Yeah, no, some stuff is worded differently. I think there's multiple articles, but I want to read that one. Kevin Feige confirms that Mephisto will appear. Wow, where'd I get that from? In the MCU's future. Now that he's here, the potential is clear. Bars, Feige, my gosh. Bars. The bars go crazy. The Fantastic Four are coming to Disneyland. I don't got that kind of money. I do not got that kind of money. Come on. Kevin Feige said a Spider-Man and Human Torch team up in the MCU is very possible. Thus, one of the key relationships in the comics have never been able to come close to it before. Now it's in the realm of possibilities. Spidey Torch! Yay! I think that could really work. I think Joseph Quinn said that he thinks Tom Holland is the best. I'm like, that's really sweet. I think the dynamic could work. Kevin Feige says he has had talks with Ryan Reynolds on what's next for Deadpool. If this is your first time clicking on a Marvel video of mine, oh buddy. Deadpool's my favorite. I will show up for anything Deadpool. On my desk right now, which is kind of a mess, so I'm not going to show you. There's so many Deadpool figures. I have a Deadpool plushie, a Deadpool blanket. I ordered a Deadpool shirt. I'm wearing it right now. Deadpool is my everything. And I don't hate Ryan's version of Deadpool. I don't. And it's just like, I would like to see him again. Have him be the one to kill Doom. That'd be funny. Kevin Feige said Spider-Man Brand New Day is a street-level story. Woo! Him being by himself, dedicated to saving the city and dealing with, for lack of better terms, street-level crime, as opposed to the world-ending events. That sounds so beautiful. I love how Spider-Man fans get so hype when he's, like, depressed, alone, no one to talk to. Peak. Feige revealed that, oh yeah, no. This is the Kang to Doom thing, which I don't think is legit. Kevin Feige indicates that iconic Marvel characters like Captain America and Iron Man will eventually be recast. They are now searching for a new James Bond. David Cornsweet is the new Superman. He's awesome. I agree. That will always be the case. It's just gonna hurt. I don't know. Kevin Feige says Jake, I can never say his last name, I'm really sad. Schreider? He's the director of Thunderbolts. Has officially signed on to direct X-Men! It's all starting now. The script's on the way. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, I got so hyped that I accidentally scrolled back up too high. I accidentally missed my... Oh my god, yes! Oh, it's gonna be so good then. It's gonna be so good. Oh. Kevin Feige said just before versions of Blade, and they finally decided on a take set in modern day. Did you guys know? Have you seen Sinners? If you haven't, get off this video and go watch Sinners. It is my favorite movie of the year, currently. Did you know? I believe the costume designers on Sinners were working on Blade when Blade was going to be set way back when. So they're like, we got nothing to do. Michael B. Jordan and company, you can take the costumes. They basically made a Blade movie. Let's be so for real. Sinners was a Blade movie. Sinners is what Blade could have been. Oh my god. But modern day, okay. We didn't just want to put a leather outfit on him and have him start killing vampires. Kevin, that is all we've been asking you to do. I don't think we need a crazy, complex plot for Blade. Add maybe like a few layers here and there, some MCU connections if you want it, but put him in that outfit and have him start killing vampires. I want that on my desk by next week because I need to be hyped for Fantastic Four. So, Kevin, that's all we've been asking you to do. What the hell? Kevin Feige confirms that John Bernthal will return as the Punisher in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Okay. We know. And Kevin Feige said they're not allowed to bring Miles into the MCU. We were told to stay away. Yeah, no, it's basically everything. And I think this might be the last part of the update. Okay, maybe like two more things. The Fantastic Four cast are halfway through filming for Avengers Doomsday. They already shot half of their appearance in Avengers Doomsday. And to end it off, before Fantastic Four drops this weekend, Matt Jackman confirms the Russo Bros directed the Fantastic Four post-credit scene. They also did that for Thunderbolts, I'm pretty sure. Now we all know where this is going. That was a lot of reading. And I like to read, but there was so much stuff to read. So much reading. Oh my god. So yeah, no, this was kind of a Doomsday update. Doomsday is basically the future here. I'm saying that like it's like, you know, people say like AI is the future, Doomsday is the future. Doomsday is kind of, you know, the big future. Even though a lot of people are forgetting about Spider-Man. I don't like that. But, yeah, no, I think this kind of says Doomsday update. Maybe I'll just also put Marvel update, MCU update in the title. 'Cause, oh boy. That gave us a lot to process. I'm gonna let you sit with that. But man, we have reached the end and I will see you all in a Doomsday update. Like a legitimate one. Like, I have an idea. I have an idea for an actual update. Cause oh buddy. Oh buddy. See you next time. Bye.